Lincoln Potters are an independent collegiate woodbat team that operates as a part of the California Collegiate League. The Potters were founded in 2016 and can be found playing their home games at McBean Park in downtown part of Lincoln. The city of Lincoln is a small town in Placer County that has recently seen an increase in population and interest for those in the area. What makes a team like the Lincoln Potters so unique is that they look to engage this community around their team each summer with good competitive baseball, exciting community events, and overall fun environment for the friends and families.
What is your position title and how long have you been a part of the Lincoln Potters?
Right now, I'm the assistant GM. I was brought on with the Potters in 2020, kind of during a COVID season. We were still able to operate as a collegiate summer baseball team for that. We just had no fans, and we were allowing media and scouts into the games during that year. So I had a little bit of the baseball operations standpoint, and then I was brought on full time before last season. So around this time, a couple weeks ago, a year ago, brought on as the operations coordinator for the year. A lot of my title consisted of ticket operations, so day-to-day ticket sales, season tickets, and handling all that stuff, including like printing tickets and just being at the gate on game day. And then after having a pretty solid season last year, I ended up getting a promotion to the assistant GM at the beginning of this year. So we're rolling into the 2022 season with me as the assistant GM, and then my general manager, and then we were able to hire somebody else as the operations coordinator to kind of take over what I was doing last year.
Awesome. Congrats on the promotion.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
As assistant GM, describe the recruiting process for landing players. What are some challenges that you are faced with each summer?
I don't handle a lot of the recruiting, but a lot of it has to do with just having connections with coaches. And so that's something that I've got to start developing as I'm in with the front office of the Potters. But it's having those relationships with coaches. Like we have good relationships with, some of the local schools here, like Sac State, Cal, Stanford, all that kind of stuff. But in the past, we've had relationships with, University of Arizona, Texas Tech. We've also developed some stuff with University of Louisiana Monroe, but kind of tackling that portion of it. And but I guess the tough part is communicating with those coaches. But a lot of the times they will have already placed guys by the time we reach out to them. And so the tough part is they say, yes, we'll send you a guy. And then we don't hear from them until late April, early May, when we're getting ready to have our roster kind of set. And so they haven't given us a guy yet. And so we, rely on some of those big schools to give us a big bat or a big arm. And, so we try to develop a team that we can also compete in, because winning doesn't suck. So we want to try to put the best team on the field that we can, especially to compete in the California Collegiate League.
Mm-hmm. You guys are based in Lincoln. That being a smaller town in the Placer County, have you found this to be a great location to host a summer ball team?
It's absolutely fantastic. We have the Giants and we have the A's and the River Cats. Those are all close by, but the River Cats, it's a half-hour drive, maybe more, for some people. The A's and the Giants, it's an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, depending on traffic. So having the Lincoln Potters in this small town and being close to Roseville and Rockland, even with the amount of small families or younger families that are in the area, it's a little bit of a blessing. The big thing that we would love to have is that, because Lincoln's still a part of the greater Sacramento area, we don't have our own like broadcasting network for radio stations, stuff like that. There's a bunch of other small collegiate summer teams that have their own broadcasting portions throughout their city, and so they're able to just kind of take that over for the summer or whatever, and that gives them an option to broadcast to fans that are unable to make it to the game, that kind of thing. But we do have a really good team set up right now that does all of our play-by-play and broadcasting during the summer for each home game. And so sometimes we have up to 1,000 fans that are able to watch online. And so those guys do a really good job of making sure that we're able to broadcast the Potter games.
What does a 5-year goal look like for the Potters? Is there anything you're expecting to try and help grow your audience in the future?
I mean, from a baseball standpoint, we in the 6 years of the Potters being in existence and whatever league they've been a part of, they've made the playoffs every year. So from a baseball standpoint, it is to, try to win and, try to give the players that come in a different sort of environment than what they're used to at their schools. And so, sometimes we do get kids from the lower end schools. And so when they're able to come and play for the Potters, they can get that sense of winning. But from a standpoint right now, we want to try to give the fans the best experience that they can have, and so that includes implementing more food and more adult beverages and that kind of stuff to be able to give them something that they can go to on a Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday night, whatever it is, that they can bring their family and just hang out. It's a safe environment. But yeah, from a 5 year standpoint, I mean, we just renewed a lease that is through 2031 with the city of Lincoln. And so that's going to be, where the sky's the limit with the ballpark. The only thing that could be an issue is the size of our stadium. We can fit up to about 1,400 fans. And so we sell out pretty much on 4th of July weekend every year. And opening weekend, it's a hit. And some of the other fireworks nights, we usually are pretty close to selling out. But with working with the city of Lincoln, we're able to expand a little bit on what our stadium has to offer and allowing more like concourse area and stadium improvements, that kind of stuff, to hopefully allow us to be able to bring in more fans and probably more revenue in the end of it.
Awesome. Being a former baseball player, now transitioning to the operations role of a team, are there any challenges or interests you look forward to help improve the players and get them connected better with the fans?
For me, being a player in 2018 and 2019 for the Potters, I got to see everything that happened on the field and, all the antics that happened off the field. But now that I'm actually working from the operations side of it, I am extremely grateful for what goes on, during a baseball season. Now that I've seen everything and kind of ran through a lot of that just with one season and then gearing up for this upcoming season, it just made me extremely thankful as a baseball player. And so being able to kind of figure that out and roll with it, it's pretty wild to see what goes on. And so a lot of that has to do with like ordering merchandise, and especially with everything that's going on right now. We had to order stuff a lot earlier than we expected. And like we haven't opened our gates yet, so we don't have an inflow of money. And so trying to figure out where we're going to be able to order that stuff from and pay for it has been a little difficult. But yeah.
Awesome. And then last question, what is your favorite event of the season and why? Anything you're looking forward to specifically?
Honestly, just the whole 4th of July weekend. We always try to play on 4th of July. So, last year, I believe it was on a Sunday, which was fine. This year it's on a Monday, so we will be playing on a Monday. But the nice thing is that the city and us, with how big McBean Park is, not just the stadium, but the community park surrounding it, we're able to fit. I mean, there ends up being 3,000 or 4,000 people sitting on the grass in the park, and then there's a fireworks show following the game. We have to be done at 9:30 for them to light off the fireworks. But yeah, 4th of July weekend, it's a blast. It's a great opportunity for people who don't go out of town to be able to come and watch a baseball game and then watch fireworks following the baseball game. Again, we sell out every year. It's really tough from a ticket standpoint last year because when we do sell out and we only have so much room in the stadium, I end up having to turn people away. And so a lot of the stuff that we have with our ticket vouchers and giveaway stuff is that it's all subject to availability, and we don't allow people to use ticket vouchers on the 4th of July game because we know that people are going to come and we know that it's going to be full. So that's, it always sucks having to turn somebody away, but it's subject to availability, and just got to show up a little bit earlier.
Awesome. Well, awesome. Thank you for your time. I really appreciate you answering all the questions.
Cool. Yeah. Appreciate it, Gage.
Thank you.
Give me some quick background to your baseball career. What colleges have you played for?
So I started my collegiate career 2017 for Yuba College up in Marysville. I played 2 years there. And from there, I played my next 2 seasons at William Jessup, which is a NAIA school, 4-year in Rockland, California.
Nice. I understand that the William Jessup and the Lincoln Potters share the same field. What about them drew you to their summer team? Why not a different team?
There were a lot of things. I've played on probably 2 or 3 other summer teams before them, and they by far have the biggest crowds. I would say the best facilities, best coaches, best competition.
Mm-hmm.
They just create an all-around really fun experience and awesome summer team to play for.
Awesome. Describe a little bit about the process of becoming a Potter. I understand that you are asked to sign player contracts. What are those for?
Yeah, I was actually kind of blessed, being a local kid. I know their head coach and the GM, so I'm in close contact with them when summer starts rolling around. The process of it, usually they actually reach out to you pretty early in the college season, March-ish, and they basically send you a contract that says something along the lines of like, you will not play for another summer team. And then all the guidelines and stuff like, you can't be seen doing dumb things in a Potter's uniform, or, if you get kicked out of games, like what punishments are and stuff like that. And it's just to make sure that, you don't tarnish the name of the Potters and, do anything that'll make you look bad.
Okay. What are the home games like? How much contact do you have with the fans?
A lot. McBean is really close with the fans. The field's really close to the stands. So, you're in the on-deck circle, you're in the dugout, you're probably no more than 10 feet away from the closest person. And again, being a local guy, I know a lot of the fans that go out there. So any chance I get, I try to, talk with the fans, hang out with them, try and give them the best experience, because they're paying money to come see us play. And I think it's worth it to, try and make someone's day.
Does it seem a little bit more of a lighthearted scenario than like a college game?
I would say so. Mm-hmm. They also have a lot of, fan appreciation days and giveaway days, or, memorabilia gear signing days. So they do a lot of things that get the fans close with the players.
Awesome. There are summer league baseball teams that have started generating a large social media following, such as the Savannah Bananas. What are your thoughts on their polarizing antics? Do you think the Potters should do anything like that?
They're a really fun team to watch on social media. I love what they do. I think that, that it's game changing for them. I think that it would be kind of tough for the Potters to do that because of how competitive their schedule is. I don't know if all of the things that the Bananas do are technically legal or within the rules. I don't have any issue. I think that the Potters, if they could incorporate, 2 or 3 teams that are totally fine doing that, I think it'd be a lot of fun, actually. Mm-hmm. I don't think that's necessarily something that the Potters should do, for all of their games, but I think it'd be fun, and you can maybe bring the fans out and have them be like an umpire or something like that, just have fun with it. Yeah. But they do a really good job.
I agree. Last question. As a former player for the Potters, how would you rate your overall experience on a scale of 1 to 10? 1 being dissatisfied, 10 being extremely satisfied.
Me personally, I would say 10. I never had any issues with any of the coaches or anything like that. I thought that they really tried their best to, not only give us a fun and exciting summer with good competition, but I think that they really tried to get to know all of us, and they provided facilities outside of just McBean for us to go, work out at or hit some balls, play catch, do all that stuff. So I loved it. 10 out of 10.
Awesome. All right, Mike. Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Gage. Have a good one.
The Lincoln Potters gear up for the 2022 summer season starting soon, May 27th at 6:35 at McBean Park. They have high hopes to finish the season as the top team of the CCL League this year, and as always, Potter up.